I created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
And welcome back to the Midday Muscle Report. I'm Tyler Shore. Let's get back to this somewhat recent news. Why not start the week off on a high note with a brand new update from Hunter Labrada? After essentially going back to the drawing board with his off-season approach and making the decision to pivot away from some of the things that had been a big part of his success throughout the first few years of his career, it looks like all that hard work is starting to pay off, because this is far and away the best that he's ever looked to start a prep at any point in his career. In the past, whenever he's been at his best, Hunter's shown over and over again that he's more than capable of holding his own with anyone in bodybuilding on a given night. So if we get an upgraded version of that coming in hot right out of the gates, it could potentially set him up to have his best season yet. In addition to Hunter gearing up for the season, we've also got Sergio Oliva Jr. a little less than 6 weeks away from making his first appearance of the season at the California Pro. He's coming in as the presumptive favorite now that Charles Griffin is out with the injury. But one other interesting thing to consider here with Sergio is the fact that the New York Pro is actually taking place a week after the Cal. And lately there have been some rumors circulating that we could potentially see Sergio jump in there as well. He'll already be in shape and possibly riding the momentum of a big win on the West Coast. So if he can string together 2 signature wins back to back in a span of 7 days, that's going to open up the door for conversations about him being a real threat to crack the top 10 at the Olympia this year. We are just about 7 weeks out from the Vancouver Pro, which is already starting to look like it's going to be a good lineup on paper, especially in the men's open, where we'll see Valliere make his season debut. As you can see from in his clip from one of his recent pool sessions, even though he's heading into the second half of his prep, we're not seeing any signs of him losing steam. If anything, it almost feels like he's kicked it up a level or two now that he knows it's getting down to crunch time. Ian's had a tendency to be more dominant at shows like this in the past, and everything that we've seen from him up to this point leads you to believe that he's right on schedule to bring his best here into Vancouver. That could be a nightmare for everyone else in the lineup, especially if he's fully committed to bringing home the W. And finally, we have a new update for you from William Bonak, after he released this training clip a few days ago that caught everyone's attention. Throughout his career, William's been known to take long breaks from his diet and training to give his body a chance to reset, especially after some of those long, grueling contest preps. So to see him still out there getting after it at this point in the year definitely comes as a little bit of a surprise, especially when you take into consideration that he announced weeks ago he was planning to take a step back for the rest of the 2023 season. At this point in his career, there are some real questions about whether he has another gas in the tank to get back to being a top 3 Olympia finisher again, which is something that only time will tell. If he's going to keep his foot on the gas like this for the better part of the next 12 months, I don't think you can rule out him making one more strong charge once he's ready to flip that switch again. And that's going to do it for another Midday Muscle. I'm going to keep trying to not be so small. See you guys next time.